Hey, today we are talking about how to set boundaries, especially if you have a high conflict ex. So I'm Terry, and I've helped hundreds of divorced clients heal their underlying abandonment wounds and underlying issues so that they can finally feel at peace and create healthy relationships in their next chapter. So, one of the biggest mistakes that I see when it comes to post divorce relationships with exes is thinking that if your ex will change, then you'll be happy. No, your ex wouldn't change for you when you were married. They're not going to change now. And there is a part of us like struggles to accept that, right? No matter how much there's like an energetic pull to like want things to be different, to want our ex to be different. Why can't they live up to that potential of who I saw when I first married? The truth is, it's that's not who they are. And your happiness does not depend on them behaving. They didn't behave well during the marriage and they're not going to behave well now. And you need to accept that. And then you need to choose your own happiness over that. You can be at peace even with a high conflict ex. It's possible. So, another one of the big mistakes that I see people making with a high conflict ex is falling for the threats, becoming anxious, becoming angry. And here's the deal, when you do that, when you become anxious, when you become angry, when they trigger you and they push those buttons and they make you feel insecure, you are reacting from a place of fear, from a scarcity mindset. And this is the time you need to be at your highest self. Your clear headed self needs to be in control at all times. So it's really important that you put in a self-care practice, some practical tools and routines where you stay aligned, you stay grounded, you've healed those inner wounds that X keeps triggering within you when they threaten you, because you need to be in a place of discernment. Is this a real threat that I really need to address? Or is this them trying to get in my head and play manipulative games with me? Because nine times out of the 10, that's really what they're doing. And they know how to manipulate you, they know how to play games with you so that you are off chasing this rabbit over here than really addressing the topic at hand that really needs to be addressed. So the other thing is how you're communicating. You want to be communicating from, again, that place of clear-headedness, clarity, alignment, so that you come off looking like the one who is sensible, reasonable, rational. You don't want them to get you derailed. You want to be the one that is communicating from a place of clarity, being very direct, being firm, right? But respectful. You're not going to fall for their tricks again. So that's why it's really key, especially if you have a high conflict ex, that you do the inner work, that you know yourself, that you've healed all those insecurities, you've healed all those childhood traumas and wounds that cause you to go to that irrational place and that get you angry and get you overwhelmed and anxious. So when you do that, you can address that from a place of clarity and discernment and from a place of peace. And here's the best part. You can be happy and at peace no matter what they do, no matter what games they play. It really is true. And that's the best part of it, is that your kids get the best version of you, because they may not have a really great, other parent. So you need to fill in that gap for them and be the best, most present, best version of yourself for your kids and for yourself. And it is so possible. And so we're going to be talking really in depth about the three keys to finding peace after divorce and how not to be triggered by a high conflict ex, so that you can communicate from that higher version of yourself no matter what games they play. So if you want that training, if you want more details on that, just shoot me a DM or Hashtag yes below, and I'm going to get you the details for that. All right. Have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you next week.